SoftVelocity.
In this chapter, we are going to learn how to add, in a very easy way, new scripts to the H5 application. And also we are going to add some CSS files. Depending on your application, you might need to sign something inside your H5 application, just like this. And this is a beautiful script and very simple to use. You can save the resulting signature, and we will integrate this in our H5 application. This is going to take a few steps, but it's possible. Let's see. I am using the demonstration, and if I look at the source code, you will see that we need only a couple of scripts and a CSS file. I did download the files and I have them here in a different folder. Okay, this one is a simple, a beautiful. This one is the simple application. It was generated by Clarion, just like always. And I changed this from UTF-8 to Windows. Other than that, it is the same application you will get when making an H5 application. You can see here that here we have the app. Let's go to the browser. Let's restart this. Nothing to see here. Now that we are here in the browser, we can browse the signatures. We don't have anything here. We can add a new one, the ID, a name, and the memo field. Doesn't matter. We don't need this right now. Let's go back to Clarion and let's shut down this. Let's go back here. Let's change the form. The form is going to need a few things. Let's delete the help button. We don't need it at all. Let's remove the icons. We also don't need the icons. This is an H5 application. There we go. Let me put this here. We don't need to see the ID. It is smooth. Name. Yes, we will need the name. And this. This field will contain the signature. You will see how in a short while. Let me put this here. This is just to make my life easier. It doesn't matter. On H5, everything will be working using Bootstrap. So let's take a short look. If I add a new one, there we go. The name and the signature. Okay, let's delete this. Yes, we want to cancel this. It doesn't matter right now. We don't need this. Let me shut it down. There. Well, right now, let's move to the interesting part. In here, I need to add the scripts. As I said, we have the files here. I need to add the JavaScript files. And I have to take into account the path. If you see, I am using a couple dots before adding the path, so it will work and it will be loaded properly. and I need the files to be at the bottom. The second script will be at the bottom too, and the CSS files, just one file. There we go. Okay, we have the scripts and we have the CSS file. Let's run this again. Still nothing here, and it's fine. We don't need anything here yet. Let's go back to the signature path, and I have in here what we need. We need a div and a canvas. That's it. This is the code that will be used by the script to display the canvas. Okay? Let's put this script inside our H5 application. This is going to be very easy. After our name, it's fine. Let's run the application again, and after refreshing, you will see that everything changed. Well, this will happen sometimes, especially when using CSS files. You will see that the body is going to contain a new style. We can change that easily. Let's do it step by step. CSS. Okay, if you see, we have a body in here. Let's delete this section and save it. Let's go back to the application. I am going to refresh. Okay, there we go. Let's add a new signature, and you will see that it is not working that fine. Well, actually I can sign, but it is hiding my fields. Nonetheless, it is working. Let's go back. Let's change this. We will have to move a few things. First, 700 pixels by, let's say, 350. Let's save it. Let's go back here and reload it. You see, it's going to be smaller. And it's fine. Now, what do we have to do to make it look better? Well, actually, the position will be relative. Let's save it and reload this. Okay, now it is working a little bit better. But if we take a look at the code, you will see that we have a small table here. Don't worry about it. We're going to change it. How? Well, we're going to move this to after the last field. We're going to move this after the last field. Let's restart it. Okay, it is not really what we want. Let's modify this. The problem we have in here is the margin. Let's remove this and let's save it. There we go. If you see now, it is after this field. Still, it is moved to the right. Let's adjust it. Let's save it and reload. There we go. It looks better now. But I still don't like the colors. And if we see, we only have a few elements. So let's change the colors. First, the background color. I don't really like it. So let's go with the dark. With a dark background. Let's reload it. Way better. But now I cannot see the signature. Don't worry. I can change this on the script. Here's the script that we have to change. Okay, this is the pen color. Let's change this to white. Let's save it. Let's go back. Let's reload this. There we go. Now it will match our application. But still, if I sign it, there is nothing that is going to put this value or the signature in my server, in my application. We will have to do something. If I click save here, it is not doing anything also. That is because the example on the page wasn't complete. There were a couple things missing. Let's go back to Clarion. We want to cancel this. We want to shut it down. Let's go back in here. I replaced the code with a couple extra buttons. Well, actually an extra button, and everything is going to be working just fine now. You will see that you will have 3 buttons and with different properties and different behaviors. Let's restart this. And let me sign it. Also, what happened here, as you can see, I changed the way the buttons were displayed. How? You will ask yourselves. If you see, what I did was to change the class of the buttons. And now the look and feel is consistent. And if I sign it and I save it as PNG, well, it will work. But I don't want to save it as vector graphics because it is going to be bigger. PNG is more than enough. But still, I am not saving anything. I can display the signature, I can work with the signature, but that's it. What I have to do is to pass the value of the canvas element to my field. How can we do that? Let's go back to the script, and now let's restart this. You will see why, because we need to see the ID of the elements. Let me add this one, and let's check this name. The ID is important. You will see why. This is the part of the script that is going to display the signature. Basically, it's going to encode the PNG file into base 64, and we will take advantage of that. Remember the name, the ID, well, that ID, the value of that ID is going to contain this. And also, I don't want to open a new window each time that I click on OK. Let's save it. Let's go back here and let's reload it. Okay, now it's storing the value of the signature. Every single time I sign on the canvas, it will update the value on the field when I click Save as PNG. Okay, this is the first step. Now, what we have to do is to hide. I don't want the end user to be able to mess with my fields. I will remove this prompt and I will hide this field. We no longer need it. For that, we will need a couple lines of jQuery. Remember, the ID can be used for this. We have to hide it. That's it. Well, but I don't need the end user to be using jQuery to hide it. I have to do it in an automatic way. I just have to copy this and I'm going to put it in here. There we go. And let's remove the prompt. We don't need this. Let's run it again. And we no longer have that field, but still it will be working. If I click this and if I unhide it, I will see that it contains my value. Now I need to do something else. I need to hide this. I no longer need it. I need to move this button of cancel here, and I need to make this button with a couple things. First, it should save the value of the canvas to this field. It is already working. And then I needed to click or simulate a click on this button. That is my OK button, so it will submit the form. It's not that complicated. Let's do it. Step by step. First, the things that I have to hide. I need to hide the OK button. I need to hide the scalable vector graphics button, and I need to hide the cancel button. There we go. Let's run it again. Let's see if it is saving the value. It is. Now, what can I do to change this and to read OK and perform the two steps that we described? We need to change again the original script. I am going to unhide for a brief moment the OK button. And you will see something very interesting. If I see the button, you will see that we have the href it is calling some JavaScript code. Very easy. Let's hide it again. And let's go back to the original script. Okay. We are storing the value of the canvas to that field, to the memo field. Alright. Now we need to click the OK button. How? Well, we just have to call the script. And that's it. Let's save it. And let's go back to this. Let's reload this. Alright, my name. I am going to sign it. Let's run it. Let's try again. My name. I'm going to sign this. And I'm going to click this. As you can see, it's saved properly there. The name. Let's take a look at the signature. Don't worry, it is not displaying the signature yet, but it will. Let me unhide the memo field, and you will see that the value is there. It is working fine. Now we have to add a button in here and to change this to OK, another button as cancel. That's very easy. Where? Well, we have some code here. First, this one is going to become my OK button. And now I am going to add a cancel button. It is my cancel, so the ID is not going to clash with the other ID. And as you see, it is calling the same JavaScript with the button, the name of the button, and what it is requiring to do. Let's run this again. Very well. Let's go back in here. Let's add this. If I click OK, it should work. If I click cancel, it should work. Let me click OK. Now let's add another name. But I don't want to add this, so I am going to cancel. If you see, it is working just properly. With this, we have now the possibility of storing signatures inside the H5 application. And it was very easy. Okay, let's take a look at the application. We have a browse of signatures here. It's fine, but this is not what we want. I would like to have a gallery of every signature inside my application. That's the idea, right? Let's go back to Clarion, and first I am going to hide this. We are not going to need this. I am going to hide these other buttons. There we go. Let's hide them. And this will be renamed. Okay. Let's run the application. And we no longer have the browse. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Now, before the close button, I am going to add a few lines of code. What? Well, let me put this code here. You're going to understand anyway. What we have is we are going to write a new div. Then I am going to loop through the signatures file. Why? Well, we have to extract every signature from the signatures file. But here is the trick. We are not going to extract and create a new file per signature. We are going to build that signature on the fly. Why? Because we used base 64 for the encoding of the signature. And you can see this. This is going to contain the signature, this div. And then we are going to use a heading so I can write the name. And then after that, I am going to extract the signature on base 64. I'm going to pass the information right to the browser, and it will be built on the fly. Now I am going to close the two divs, and it should work. We no longer have the browse. It is going to be there, but it is no longer going to be displayed. Let me restart this and you will understand what we are doing. Now, let's take a look at the source code. If you see, we are passing every div, and the source, instead of being a file, we are embedding the information necessary to build the picture on the fly. It is encoded on base 64, so I no longer have to extract the file, create the file, and then load the file from the instance directory. Instead, I am building everything on the fly. Let me try this again. I'm going to write this, new signature, and there we go. It is working properly, and now we have a beautiful gallery with the signatures and the name of the people signing, and everything is working just great. And this is thanks to Clarion and H5, because we can write very elegant code for the web using H5.